Games 2 and 3 on tap today on Love and Honor Live. Hello there and welcome to Miami Softball Stadium in Oxford, Ohio. I'm Reed Mouse and we're moments away from first pitch. The Miami RedHawks are on a 5-game skid, losing 4 consecutive conference games. They'll look to wake up the bats. But first, Brianna Pratt will take the circle for Miami. Let's take you through the starting lineups for the visiting Toledo Rockets. Batting leadoff and in right field is Anna Dixon. Lexi Ekman will be batting behind her. She's in center field. Jenna Kroll, the big bat in this lineup, she's batting third. She's playing third. Riley Moore will be cleaning up. She's over at first base. Lauren Erickson will be in left field. She's batting fifth. Macy Moore behind the plate. She's batting sixth. Aubrey Reed will be the designated player. She's in the 7th slot. Malia Mara, she's at second base, batting eighth. And Sydney Griffith will be anchoring this lineup. She's playing shortstop. And in the circle, as we mentioned, Brianna Pratt. She comes in today with a 3.95 ERA, 9-7 win-loss record. She struck out 88 and has walked 36. First pitch swinging, Dixon hits it out into deep right field. Allie Cummins loses it as she backtracks to the warning track. Rounding second, heading for third. Dixon slides in with a leadoff triple. First pitch, 12:57, and Dixon making waves here early on in the ball game. Stepping up to the plate will be Lexi Ekman, and this has been the MO on the Miami RedHawks skid. They have gotten behind early, and the bats have not shown up to back up the first 2 innings of woes. So Ekman steps in, takes the first pitch for a ball on the outside. The corners coming in, Carly Spade and Reagan Bartholomew, the first baseman and third baseman. Momentarily we'll take you through the defensive alignment after Ekman hits. So the 1-0 here to the left-handed swinging Ekman. Called strike, says the home plate umpire, Victor Canales. Ekman comes in as a .247 hitter. She has just 4 RBIs in her 24 starts this season. 1-1 swing and fouled as Bartholomew comes up and deadens the ball. It's 1-2, and Pratt's looking to get strikeout number 89 on the season right here against Ekman. Toledo got the win 2-0 yesterday behind a fantastic performance from Erin Hunt. She will not be in the circle for the Rockets as they look to get their first series win over the RedHawks since before the millennium. 2-2's the count. Holding the bat in front of home plate. Ekman awaits the 2-2, and it's chopped in front of Brianna Pratt. No play at home. She goes over to Bartholomew at first for the first out, but the Rockets are on board. It's 1-0. So quickly, let's take you through the defensive alignment for Miami. Behind the dish for the RedHawks will be Riley Coyne. Over at first base will be Reagan Bartholomew. She's getting the start over Holly Blaska. Chloe Parks will be at second. The slick fielding Adriana Barlow still at shortstop. Carly Spade over at third. Out in the pasture, you got Maddie Banks, Jenna Golembeski, and Allie Cummins out in right field. So a 1-3 put out puts 1 out on the board. And now we're going to see Jenna Kroll. Kroll on the season batting .348, 3 big flies. She comes in already on the all-time record sheet for the Rockets and career home runs as she bounces one over to Carly Spade, moving to her left, throws it over to Bartholomew. We'll have it for the second out. 5-3 put out and back-to-back outs after the leadoff triple from Anna Dixon.
Now the first baseman for Toledo, number 19, Riley Moore.
And we'll see Riley Moore, the native from Bellevue, Ohio. Moore, second on the team in hitting, a senior. Leaves the first pitch downstairs. She had a hit yesterday, came around and scored one of the 2 runs. And was a double early on in the ball game. Moore awaits the 1-0 from Brianna Pratt as she rocks and deals. Downstairs, and Pratt has fallen behind 2-0. Temperature here at the beginning of this doubleheader, 52 degrees. 2-0 misses as well. Slight wind, 15 miles an hour. It's blowing out to center field. We saw last Saturday double the amount of wind that we're seeing today, and it really didn't play too much of a factor as neither Northern Illinois nor Miami could get one up in the jet stream to go deep. See if that's a different story today. 3-1's the count to Riley Moore. And just missing on the outside, and that's a 2-out walk, which will bring up Lauren Erickson. Erickson, a .315 batter.
Number 11, Lauren Erickson.
A junior from the Buckeye State, Dublin, Ohio. She leaves the first pitch. That's a called strike. 0-1's the count to Erickson. Erickson has been a staple of this Rockets lineup for years now. A junior. Started pretty much from the day she stepped on campus as a ground ball over to Carly Spade moves her to the third base line. She throws it across the infield for the third and final out. We head to the bottom of the first. Toledo gets aboard. It's 1-0 on Love and Honor Live.
First inning, 1 run on.
Welcome back. 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first. Let's take you through the Miami RedHawks starting lineup, and there has been a shakeup. Jenny Golembiewski will be out in center field. She's batting leadoff. Allie Cummins will be in the 2 slot. She's playing in right field. Chloe Parks moving up from anchoring this lineup all the way to batting third today. Carly Spade in the cleanup spot. She's playing third base. Shelby Kunkel will be the designated player. Riley Coyne will be behind home plate. She's in the 6th slot. Reagan Bartholomew getting the start, the true freshman. And then, as always, Adriana Barlow, the shortstop in the 8th. And Maddie Banks will be out in left field. She's anchoring. You notice no Kate Kobayashi. And Sophia Knight will be in the circle for Toledo. 4.34 ERA, 3-4 record. 39 Ks, 30 walks. Aaron Hunt was masterful yesterday for Toledo. But she's getting this first game off. Might see her in game 3. But yeah, this Miami lineup has been struggling as of late. So a bit of a shakeup. A few different starters playing here in game 2. It's 0-2 to Golembiewski. She has been the best bat along this skid for Miami, batting .372. She's got 7 home runs. The check swing is fouled right in front of home plate. We'll do it once again here at 0-2. And true sophomore from Woodstock, Illinois. Before her 0 for 3 yesterday was sporting a 10-game hitting streak. And along that 10-game hitting streak, she had an RBI in 7 of the 10 ball games. 0-2 here to Jenna. Chopped over towards the third baseman, Jenna Kroll. She'll throw it across the diamond to Moore for the first out. Let's take you through the Toledo defensive alignment. Behind the dish with Sophia Knight will be Macy Moore. Riley Moore's over at first base. Mara at second, Griffin at short. Kroll will be over playing the hot corner. From left to right, you got Erickson, Ekman, and Anna Dixon. So Allie Cummins steps up to the plate. First pitch swinging, and she bops it into center field, tying this game up 1-1.
Allie Cummins, her 10th home run of the season.
Allie Cummins with her 10th big fly of the season as she continues to put her hurting on that record book. First pitch swinging and making the most of it.
That brings up the Miami second baseman, number 4, Chloe Parks.
And that's what's been missing over this 5-game skid. This highly potent offense scoring just 12 runs over their previous 5 games. Shut out yesterday, and it's good to get a run on the board in the bottom half of the first. So now you'll see Chloe Parks, and she's seeing the ball well. Parks batting .276 on the year, but has had a hit in each of the last 3 ball games. A triple against Northern Illinois in Game 2. Grounds one over to Mara, flips it on over to Moore for the second out. And Miami being very aggressive at the plate.
It's the third baseman, number 7, Carly Spade.
So now you'll see Carly Spade. Before the season was ranked the 32nd best player in the nation by D1Softball.com and was ranked the 2nd best third baseman in the country by Extra Inning Softball, and you see why right there. First pitch swinging, didn't fully commit, but drills it out to right field for a 2-out base hit.
Coming to the plate now, the RedHawk designated player, number 17, Shelby Kunkel.
You'll see Shelby Kunkel step in. And we're going to take a breather as the home plate umpire, Victor Canales, looks like he got hit in the eye, and he's going to need a breather. So while we have you here, the umpires today behind the dish is Victor Canales. David Scott Jr. will be the first base umpire. Tony Greer will be umping out at third. Kunkel was at the plate right now, was on the freshman All-MAC team. She saw 32 games last year. She started in 20 of them. She finished the season with a .298 batting average, 2 home runs. She actually got her first career home run and a career high 4 RBI game against Toledo a season ago. It looks like play is going to start back up. Kunkel, a sophomore out of Eaton Rapids, Michigan. Had one of the few hits, I should say, that Miami was able to muster up yesterday in a 1-for-3 showing. She was red hot before the series against Northern Illinois. As she sported a 9-game hitting streak before that series, went 0 for 4 in 2 starts. But back in the starting lineup in Game 2 against Toledo. Sophia Knight gets the sign from Moore on the 1-1. And Kunkel is hacking. Couldn't catch up. 1-2. Kunkel flares one out to right field. That's a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third. Carly Spade will coast in, put runners on the corners and 2 away. And Riley Coyne stepping to the plate. So jumping all over Sophia Knight. 3 hits in the first inning, as Miami looks primed to take the lead here with 2 on and 2 away. Spade on third, Kunkel on first. And the catcher, Riley Coyne, steps up. First pitch swinging, pops it into deep left field, sky high, and making the third and final out will be Erickson. Almost lost it in the sun, almost played the drift of the wind, but squeezes it for the third out. 1-1 as we head to the top half of the second here on Love and Honor Live. Top of the second here in Oxford, 6-7-8, 2 up for Toledo, 1-all. I'm Reed Mouse, you're watching Chatterbox Live. Brianna Pratt in the circle, the RedHawks. Wearing all reds today. Toledo in pinstripes. Navy pinstripes with the gold trim.
First to bat for the Rockets.
Toledo got their first win over Miami since May 11th, 2019. That was a conference tournament game that they got their last win in. That was 7 straight for the RedHawks before the 2-0 ball game yesterday. Macy Moore takes the first pitch as Pratt is still trying to find the zone here in the beginning parts of this ball game. Miami leads the all-time series against Toledo, 55-48. Chopped over to Carly Spade. She leaves her feet, throws it across the diamond, and a web gem to begin the second. Her third put out of the game already, and that was flashy.
Aubrey Reed.
The key for Miami, this is the key for every softball team, every baseball team, is getting that first out, and they do it right there. And Aubrey Reed steps in, takes the first pitch she sees for a called ball. Reed, a 184 hitter. This is her 13th start. 7 hits and 38 at-bats, a graduate student from Tennessee. And on the hands, couldn't do much with it, but it is foul. She comes in today batting 184, but she had a 2-for-3 ball game yesterday. Before yesterday, she was searching for a hit for over a month and a half. So getting the start once again. And she's ahead 2-1. Pratt peers into Coyne. Here's the 2-1 offering from the graduate student. Carly Spade backhands it down the third base line. Called foul, and we'll do it at 2-2. Sun is shining here in Oxford. Mentioned a little chilly today with that wind, but still you can't complain with the weather. 2-2 is taken. They will check to see if she committed to the swing, and Reed clearly didn't, so the count will be 3-2. Good pitch, challenging pitch from Brianna Pratt, but couldn't get Reed to chase. Pratt gets the sign, rocks, deals, chopped foul. So we'll do a full count once more. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Toledo will go to play Akron this weekend, while Miami will travel to Western Michigan. The payoff. Flared out into left field, and one in at bat from Aubrey Reed as she is seeing the ball well. A 1-out base knock will bring up Aaliyah Mara.
The second baseman for the Rockets, number 9, Aaliyah Mara.
And they kept challenging Reed on the inside. She fouled it down the third base line 2-3 times before finally getting her hands inside of the ball and flaring out to left field. And we'll see Aaliyah Mara. Mara shows bunt, fouls it back. 0-1's the count. Mara, a graduate student from Chesterfield, Michigan. 20th start on the season. She's batting under 200, 186, so not too far away from Aubrey Reed. Down the left field line, challenging play for Maddie Banks, who can't get there in time as it falls foul. Mara with 11 hits this season, all singles. So not much difference, actually no difference between the batting average and the slugging percentage. Still, the field is playing straight up. Maddie Banks and Golombeski coming in a few steps against the left-handed swinging Mara. 1-2 to challenge Mara on the outside. She doesn't chase. And we'll see Coyne go out there and talk to Pratt. Pratt has already logged 101 innings this season. She started in 26 games last year. She was first team All-MAC. Finished the season with a 19-6 record and a sub-3 ERA. Not only that, but she was named the MAC Tournament MVP as she allowed just one earned run over nearly 20 innings of work throughout that tournament. And she looks to lead the RedHawks to a win here today. The 1-2 down the first base line. Bartholomew couldn't get her glove on it. And the first base umpire, David Scott, calls foul. Mara awaits the 1-2, choking up on the bat ever so slightly, trying to put the ball in play, and she chases upstairs. And Pratt with her first strikeout of the ball game.
The shortstop, number 4, Sydney Griffith.
So now you'll see the starting shortstop for the Rockets from Ashtabula, Ohio, Sydney Griffith. Griffith, a true sophomore, had an 0 for 3 yesterday, but did get one of the 2 RBIs in the ball game. It's had a nice start to conference play. 3 hits in the series against Bowling Green. She chops one out to her shortstop counterpart, Barlow. Slick fielding shortstop throws it across the diamond for the 3rd and final out. Griffith couldn't beat it out. We head to the bottom half of the 2nd. Still 1-all. Welcome back. 7-8-9 due up for Miami in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. You're watching Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox Sports. If you're new to the stream, please subscribe. Please like it. Helps the channel grow. Bartholomew getting her 4th start of the season and the shakeup of this lineup. A true freshman batting .333 on the season, 6 hits and 18 at-bats. And once again, first pitch swinging as she grounds it out to Mara, who will flip it over to Riley Moore for the 1st out. This Miami offense being very aggressive.
Number 6, Adriana Barlow.
A few approaches to get the bats going, and they are taking the aggressive approach as Adriana Barlow steps in and takes the first pitch she sees, which is in the dirt for ball 1. Some coaches will plead to their team to start working at bats, making it longer, and then others just say, let's get up there, let's hack. We know we're great hitters, and that's clearly the case as Adriana Barlow has a 1-out single to left field as she hits it in between Griffith and Kroll through the 6 hole. Which will bring up Maddie Banks.
The left fielder, number 29, Maddie Banks.
More than anything, hitting is just a matter of confidence. And sometimes the way you create confidence artificially is just getting up there and hacking. Banks getting the start here today. Didn't register yesterday against Toledo. She's batting .286 on the season, an OPS of .715. Her 22nd start. 0-1 here, Banks. Missing on the outside. Typically it was a platoon between Maddie Banks and Chloe Parks to see who bats 9-hole. Today they're both in the lineup, and Chloe Parks got promoted up to the 3 slot. Banks bunts it out in front of home plate, and they're going to call that a fair ball. As it was fielded right, it was fielded in the batter's box, and we'll bring her back to the batter's box for that very reason. Didn't get out in fair territory. Was waiting to see what Victor Canales would call on the play, as he let it facilitate, let it finish, and then now bringing Maddie Banks back to home. So it'll be a strike on the bunt attempt. 1-2 the count from Sophia Knight to Banks. And she says, forget the bunt single, I'm ripping it to center. Put runners on first and second for the top half of this Miami order.
Now It's number 2, Jenna Golombeski.
Jenna Golombeski steps up to the plate with 2 on and 1 away. She's hit 4 home runs in the previous 5 games, including 2 big flies against Northern Illinois just 2 games ago. She grounded out to Jenna Kroll, the third baseman her first time around. 1-0 is popped up in the infield. Infield fly rule is the call, and it's gloved by Mara anyways. So put 2 underneath the outs on the board for Allie Cummins.
Number 23, right fielder Allie Cummins.
And you won't have to dive too far back in the memory to remember what she did last time she was at the plate. First pitch swinging her first time. She hit it about 230 out to dead center. Love to do it again as she takes the first pitch for a called strike. So 0-1 to Cummins. Cummins takes the fastball inside. 1-1 is now the count. Barlow out at second. Banks at first. Knight rocks, deals. Pulls the string on Cummins. And she's ahead. Field playing straight up against the power-hitting right fielder from Miami. On the inside. But Canella says no, sir. So run the count to 2-2, and Macy Moore almost jumped out of the catcher's box in excitement as they thought they rung up Allie Cummins. Instead, we'll run to a 2-2 count. Checking her wristband for the pitch call. Sophia Knight has it. Rocks deals the 2-2, which works away from Allie Cummins. She lays off and will run the count full. So the payoff pitch, 3-2, 2 away, 2 on to Allie Cummins. And out to deep left field. Back Tracy and against the wall. Erickson looks up. It's a 3-run shot from the native from Westchester. 2 at-bats, 2 big flies, and Allie Cummins asserts herself back atop the MAC leaderboards in home runs. That's 11 for the right fielder. And just like that, it's 4-1.
Stepping in next, number 4, the second baseman, Chloe Parks.
Parks tries to catch the Rockets sleeping after the 3-run home run. Lay down a bunt. Comes up empty. It's 0-1. But Allie Cummins, 2 for 2, 2 home runs in the first 2 innings. And that comes after being 1 for her last 10. Now, we saw Cummins hit a home run in each of the 3 ball games against the Bobcats from OU. Came back home and been on a bit of a skid. But what a way to say you're back and to put 4 runs on the board in the first 2 innings. Off the glove of Jenna Kroll, and Sydney Griffith gets it on the ricochet and can't get it out to first base in time as the speedy Parks will nab first base. Called an error on Jenna Kroll. And we'll see Carly Spade, whose check swing out to right field gave her a base knock. And after struggling at the plate yesterday as a team, they have 6 hits and 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Sophia Knight comes back with a called strike on the inside half. Spade on a line out to Jenna Kroll. We'll put the squeeze on it, but not before Miami plates 3 runs thanks to the big fly from Allie Cummins. It's 4-1 as we head to the 3rd inning here on Love and Honor Live.
Bottom of the 2nd inning.
Brianna Pratt back in the circle, pitching with the lead as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. And the Rockets will be in the top half of their order. Anna Dixon. Dixon, her first time up, got the game rocking. The first pitch triple out to right field. Kind of got in the wind stream, and once again, first pitch swinging. And she fouls it over the 3rd base dugout. Got it up in that wind, and it's not howling here in Oxford, but it's definitely blown enough to give the outfielders fits. And we've already seen that play its course. Allie Cummins kept drifting on the ball back in that 1st inning, and then for the Rockets, if you recall, out to left field, Riley Coyne put one all the way to the warning track that Erickson, the left fielder, almost lost. So 0-1's the count here to Anna Dixon. Missing on the outside. Dixon has been seeing the ball well. She was MAC Player of the Week just a week ago. And she went 7 for 11 against Bowling Green State University. Pratt can't find a strike zone, and it's 2-1. One taken for a called ball. 3-1's the count. Dixon leads this team in hitting, 371. She's a graduate student from Novi, Michigan. The 3-1 is chopped out to Barlow, sits on her heels, throws it across the diamond, not in time. So waited back on the slow rolling ground ball and couldn't get Dixon out at first.
Number 13, center fielder, Lexi Ekman.
So Lexi Ekman, who brought in the run in the 1st inning, steps back into the batter's box. We mentioned that Anna Dixon was from Novi, Michigan, and if you're familiar with this Miami team, that is the hometown of the sophomore Maggie Murphy. No, both teams were teammates back in high school. So Ekman awaits the 1-0 as she shows bunt. Dixon up and running on the pitch, but it's called foul. So she'll have to retreat back to first base. Anna Dixon's 5 for 7 on stolen base attempts this year. Slapping out to left field, but Maddie Banks playing in the right spot as she came in with the slap hitting Ekman, as Ekman lines out for the first.
Number 5, Toledo third baseman Jenna Kroll.
So we'll see Jenna Kroll grounded out to Carly Spade her first time. Puts the bat in front of the plate, puts the barrel, and awaits the first pitch from Pratt as she takes inside. Kroll takes the 1-0 on the inside. Kroll has been a starter ever since she was a freshman for Toledo. Started in 48 games as a freshman. 44 starts last year as a junior, or sophomore rather. Chopped out to Carly Spade, only plays over at first base as Anna Dixon was running on the pitch. So Spade throws it over to Bartholomew for the second out. And Dixon moves up into scoring position.
Number 19, first baseman Riley Moore.
Moore, who's second on this team in RBIs, had a whale of a game last week against Bowling Green. She went 3 for 4, a home run, had a 5 RBI game. Her 3-run home run in the 4th inning gave Toledo the lead, which they eventually surrendered against Bowling Green. As Bowling Green won that game 9-8. Moore 1 for 3 yesterday. 2-0 swinging. She had the only extra base hit yesterday in a game that only saw 7 base knocks. Pratt looking to hang another 0 on the board. Dixon out at second base. The 2-1 to Moore, just missing. Three one's the count for Moore. Pratt rocks, deals. Taken on the inside, and it's a 2-out walk, which will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Lauren Erickson.
Now number 11, left fielder Lauren Erickson.
Erickson with 10 RBIs on the season, good for 4th on the team. She had 8 of her 10 RBIs this season in a 3-game stretch against NKU and Northwestern. That was a game in which Toledo beat the Wildcats of Northwestern. Northwestern came into that game 22nd in the country. Aaron Hunt held the Wildcats to just 2 runs. And we mentioned her earlier. She was masterful yesterday. Jessica Rocamonte in her first year at the helm of this Rockets program, already with some marquee wins. A win over a ranked Northwestern, a win over the 3-time reigning MAC champs Miami. As they're looking for their first series win over the RedHawks in over 20 years. Rocamonte was, before becoming the head coach at Toledo, an assistant at Duke University over the past 4 seasons. And before that, she was at Central Michigan here in the MAC. as Erickson lines one hard down the third base line. But it's called foul, and we'll do it at 1 and 2 once more. One and 2. Pratt gets the sign from Coyne. Here we go. Out to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home. The throw from Cummins not in time. Toledo makes it 4-2 and puts the tying run in scoring position. Erickson with her 11th RBI on the season scores Anna Dixon, moves Riley Moore up to third, and she herself moved up to second on the throw to home.
Number 31, catcher Macy Moore.
So a 2-out walk and a 2-out hit. Puts a run on the scoreboard. And more importantly, has this Toledo offense one swing away from tying up or even taking the lead if Macy Moore can leave the yard. She has yet to do that this season. In fact, the redshirt sophomore from Asheville, Ohio, not too far away from here, is slugging just .321, so not much of an extra base threat. 4 extra base hits, all doubles, and her 13 hits this season. But she would love to just find some outfield grass and at least score Riley Moore and potentially get Erickson in as well and make this a 4-4 ball game. 1-1's the count from Pratt. She spins the softball around on her hip. She's ready to pitch on the 1-1. Popped into shallow right center field. Going back, Chloe Parks, who calls off Allie Cummins. And Golombeski, she'll glove it for the third and final out. Nice play from Parks as she had to backtrack with the wind blowing at her back. Toledo gets one across thanks to a 2-out base knock from Lauren Erickson. It's 4-2 as we head to the bottom half of the third.
Game now playing.
5, 6, 7 due up here in the bottom half of the third inning. Miami on top of Toledo. Saw a defensive change for Toledo here in the third inning, as a designated player, Aubrey Reed, will go behind the dish, replacing Macy Moore. So Shelby Kunkel steps up to the plate. She had a single her first time around. Sophia Knight back in the circle for another inning of work. Misses low and away to the left-handed swinging Kunkel. Miami actually brought 7 batters to the plate last inning as they plated 3 runs. Kunkel off the handle, hits it up the middle, and a nice play by Sydney Griffith as she works to her left, throws it across the diamond for the first out. So Riley Coyne steps up.
Catcher Riley Coyne.
Coyne got one up in the wind, but just didn't put enough behind it as it kept drifting all the way back to the warning track. Coyne's not afraid to leave the yard. She's done so 5 times this season, and she's first pitch swinging, and man, these RedHawks hitters are getting after Sophia Knight. That's their 7th hit of the ball game, and over half of them have been on the first pitch they see. So punishing Knight for trying to get ahead of these RedHawks hitters and put a runner on first base for Reagan Bartholomew. Bartholomew, 844 OPS on the season. Takes the first pitch she sees for a called strike. So Knight not shooing away from trying to get in front of Miami. Adriana Barlow on deck. She had a single through the 6-hole her last time. Bartholomew with 4 RBIs on the season, scattered across 4 different games, and an errant pitch will send Riley Coyne up to second base. Knight lost control, and it's a wild pitch. Bartholomew looking for her first hit in what would be now 9 trips to the plate. Taken for a called strike, it's 2-2. In the dirt, Bartholomew swings, chases, but because of the strikeout and having to get the put out over at first base, Riley Coyne moves up to third. So put 2 outs on the board, and Adriana Barlow at the plate with the runner over at third base.
RedHawks shortstop Adriana Barlow.
So a strikeout and a 2-3 put out. Barlow looking to get her second hit of the ball game. She hasn't had an RBI since they played Western Kentucky back on March 12th. And the 1-0 is sky high out into shallow right field. Back tracing is Mara. She puts the squeeze on for the third out.
For the RedHawks in the
We head to the 4th inning. Still 4-2.
No errors, 1 left on.
Big Mouse on the call here on Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox Sports. Thank you for tuning in. It's the top of the 4th inning. Brianna Pratt in the circle for Miami. She went the distance yesterday against Toledo. Going to do the same today. 7-8-9 due up for Toledo here in the 4th. Aubrey Reed will be leading off for the Rockets.
For Toledo, number 32, the catcher, Aubrey Reed.
So Reed, who's seeing the ball well. 3 hits in the series already. First pitch swinging, hits one out to deep left field, and that's over the wall for a big fly. What a series for Aubrey Reed. After going over a month without a hit, gets her 4th of the series. And this one, a 4-bagger, which makes it a 4-3 ball game. Her first of the season.
Number 9, second baseman, Mara.
And it's 4-3. Already the 3rd home run of the ball game. 2 by Allie Cummins and 1 by Aubrey Reed. Mara steps in. She struck out her first time. Pratt coming back on the 0-1 and misses inside. Two and 1 the counts to the starting second baseman. And Pratt comes back to make it 2-2. That is the 4th home run in the career of the graduate student Aubrey Reed. She has had 1 in every season that she's played for Toledo. As the 2-2 is fouled straight back. Do it once again right there. When you're seeing it well, you're seeing it well. And Aubrey Reed can't wait to get back up into that batter's box. The 2-2 tomorrow. And Mara just fouling away every pitch that Pratt has given her. Like every pitcher, Pratt goes through stretches of seemingly being able to put down everyone on strikes and sometimes drawing a lot of contact. She's just sent down 1 batter on strikes today, and she's looking to make Mara number 2. In the first game against Northern Illinois, she went 7 innings strong, just allowed 3 runs in a game that they lost 3-2. But she had her best strikeout performance of the season as she set down 11. The 2-2. Called ball on the inside. They'll check down the third base line, and Tony Greer says, no, Mara did not come around on the 2-2. The count is full, and Mara is seeing a lot of pitches, really making Brianna Pratt work in the circle. Pratt rocks, deals, hit right up the middle, and 1 in at bat for Mara. Falls behind early and just continuously fouls off every pitch that Pratt gives her before singling up the middle and bringing Sydney Griffith to the plate. And Mara represents the tie and run here in the 4th. See if Griffith, the 9-hole, is going to be bunting right here. Griffith batting .244 in the season. She has given herself up 4 times. And she shows bunt, puts it on the ground. Carly Spade fields it, throws it over to first, and a great job by Riley Coyne playing her position behind the dish to scramble out to third base and not allow Mara to take third. So beautiful sacrifice bunt by Sydney Griffith, and Anna Dixon comes to the plate with the runner in scoring position.
Right fielder, Anna Dixon.
Dixon 2 for 2. Toledo has scattered 6 hits throughout this game. As Dixon's first pitch swinging, bounces it out to Pratt. She checks on the runner, Mara, who is already well on her way to third base. And just flips it over to Bartholomew at first for the second out.
Center fielder, Lexi Ekman.
So they'll let Mara move up to third and go after Lexi Ekman. Ekman 0 for 2 has grounded out to Pratt and lined out to left field. Ekman looking to tie this ball game up as she takes the first pitch for a called strike. Oh, 1 finds the outside. It's 0-2. And you see the outfield coming in against Ekman. Not a lot of slug from the 2-hole. Pratt gets Ekman to foul it right in front of home plate, but they'll bring her back into the box as Riley Coyne fielded that behind the plate. So 0-2 is the count. Ekman's weakly grounds out to Carly Spade, who'll throw it across the infield for the third out. So Toledo threatens, but they do get 1 run across thanks to the 4-bagger from Aubrey Reed. It's 4-3 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning on Love and Honor Live. Maddie Banks, then the top half of the Miami RedHawks starting lineup. Welcome into this Wednesday edition of Love and Honor Live. 2 games on the docket today, games 2 and 3 of this 3-game series. Toledo took game 1. Miami currently leading 4-3 here in game 2 as they look to stay alive, win game 2, and then snag game 3. Getting the series win over the Rockets. They did the exact same blueprint against OU. Lost game 1, then took 2 and 3. Miami has lost 4 consecutive MAC games. Got swept by Northern Illinois over the weekend. Banks working against an 0-2. The 0-2 is popped into shallow left field. Over to make the play is Sydney Griffith for the first out. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom half of the 4th, and we're back to the top half of the order.
Jenna Golombeski.
Jenna Golombeski steps up Has ground out and popped out. Sophia Knight misses upstairs. In the on-deck circle is Allie Cummins, and she's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. Golombeski takes the 1-0 up and in.
Talks about those slides and little slides in the summer, how hot they were.
2-0 to the leadoff hitter from Miami, and she's in the driver's seat as Knight misses once again. Golombeski getting on base about 50% of the time. She has walked 9 times this season. 3-0's in there for a called strike. When you look at statistics, you typically want a batter to walk and strike out at least, the very least, at the similar rate. She does just that. 3-1 is sent sky high out to medium depth left field. Erickson absolutely lost it in the sun and the wind as Golombeski slides into second base with ease. Erickson let that fall about 4 feet away from her as the wind is blowing out towards the scoreboard in right center field. So that ball was initially coming down the left field line and got up in the jet stream and puts a runner on second base for Allie Cummins. Cummins this year already has had a 3 home run game. That came on February 15th against Purdue Fort Wayne. And she's going to have at least this at bat and one more chance to do it again here today. 0-2's the count as Sophia Knight is in the driver's seat. Gets away from the catcher. And Golombeski moves up to third. So a ball in play will score the starting center fielder for Miami. As Cummins is looking for RBI number 5. Now she has yet to have a 5 RBI game this year. The most she had was 4 in that game against Purdue Fort Wayne back in February. Miami run ruled the Mastodons 12-0. The 1-2. Fouled back. Knight misses upstairs, which will even the count up. Cummins with 24 RBIs on the season, which is tied with Carly Spade for the team lead. And Knight, after getting ahead of Cummins 0-2, the right fielder has worked the count all the way back to full. She's got 21 walks on the season and 96 at-bats. So she has not afraid to work a count. The payoff pitch to Allie Cummins. Ball 4. Put runners on the corners for Chloe Parks.
Second baseman, Chloe Parks.
And they will have a meeting of the minds out there in the circle. Potentially huge crossroads of the game, as Toledo has not shied away from challenging Miami after Miami jumped out to a 4-1 lead. Plating runs, at least plating 1 run in the third and 1 in the fourth. make this a one-run ball game. Miami hasn't backed away either, as they have 2 base runners on for the middle part of their lineup. So officially, they did call a hit on Jenna Golembeski's pop-up. Eight hits in the ball game for Miami. They're just 3 1/3 innings. And Rocamonte is talking to the home plate umpire, Victor Canellis. So Chloe Parks at bat. And when they tell you, Chloe Parks typically bats at the bottom half of the order in the 9 slot where she was hitting yesterday. When they move you up to the middle part of the lineup, this is what you think about as Cummins takes second base, so put runners on second and third after the stolen bag. This is what you picture. Coming up, middle part of the ball game, 2 runners in scoring position. Your team needs you. The 1-0 to Parks, fouled back. Parks singles into center field. 1 run will score. Waving around third, Allie Cummins makes it a 6-3 ball game as Chloe Parks brings in 2 runs on the single to center.
Stepping in, third baseman Carly Spade.
And Ekman didn't field it cleanly once it got out into the outfield grass. So Parks takes second, and once again, Miami threatening to put more runners on the scoreboard. 6-3, and Carly Spade is at the plate. So Spade held the conference lead in RBIs before Allie Cummins' 4 RBIs in this ball game. So they're knotted up at 24. She's looking to regain the leaderboard. Spade, one of the most feared hitters in the entire nation. Takes the 1-1 that skirts away from Aubrey Reed, and Parks takes third base. And once again, Aubrey Reed can't put the squeeze on it. Was able to keep it right around home plate. It's 3-1 to the cleanup hitter for the RedHawks. Spade, a true junior from Chicago, Illinois. Lines one down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Rattling up against the fence in the foul pole. Spade coasting to second. It's an RBI double for the third baseman. 7-3 now our score. And Shelby Kunkel steps up to the plate, and we've seen 3 home runs in the ball game, and I don't know if any ball has been hit on the screws quite like the ball that Carly Spade just hit. Kunkel 1 for 2. Looking to be the 5th consecutive Red Hawk hitter to reach a board.
That's not happening.
2-0 the count. Kunkel fouls one off her ankle. This is Sophia Knight's 7th start on the season. A sophomore from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Pitched in 2 games against Bowling Green. And Carly Spade is running on the ball in the dirt. That is fantastic base running. Recognizing it, getting away from Aubrey Reed right away, and taking third base with ease. It's a 3-1 count against Shelby Kunkel. Knight on the 3-1. Kunkel on the handle. Out to shallow center field, and Spade tags up. So with Mara backtracking, realizing she'd be on her heels, Spade takes home, making it an 8-3 ball game. And what base running by Carly Spade. Taking third base on the dirt ball read, and then scoring. And if there's someone in the dugout that's happy that Carly Spade just scored right there, it's Shelby Kunkel, who said, hey, thanks for the sacrifice fly. It's not every day you see the sac fly to the second baseman. So Riley Coyne steps up. She's working on a 1 for 2. Singled her last time. Stands tall in the batter's box, in the back of the batter's box. So the official score on the Chloe Park single to center field was a single and then an error on the defensive miscue. 0-2's the count to Coyne. Coyne lays off the offering from Sophia Knight. 1 run in the first, 3 in the second. They've plated 4 here in the 4th inning. Coyne down the left field line, but tailing foul. Coyne's got plenty of pop in her bat. She had a game-winning home run against Ohio University a week and a half ago. She's been hitting well. Had a nice series against Northern Illinois last weekend. 1 for 4 so far against Toledo as she goes down on strikes. So Miami plates 4 runs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning
For the RedHawks,
as they give themselves 5 runs of breathing room. We head to the 5th inning on Love and Honor Live. 8-3 our score here in the top half of the 5th inning. Miami in control of game 2 against Toledo. 3-4-5 up for the Rockets. Jenna Kroll, Riley Moore, and Lauren Erickson. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Chatterbox Sports Love and Honor Live, to be exact. And we have seen some offense in this ball game. After scoring just 13 runs in their previous 5 games, 5 straight games in which they've lost, they have plated 8 runs today. Kroll 0 for 2 has grounded out to Carly Spade in each of her first 2 at-bats. Sends one down the left field line and foul. Here to fall behind 0-1.
That's what they look like. They said it will lead to more steals.
0-1 misses inside.
I think it'll be more action. I don't know if that's a strategy.
Kroll showing her barrel in front of the plate. Rocks back and awaits the 1-1 that she fouls into the Miami dugout.
Well, they took the shift out. They took the shift out, keep the boxes, and take time.
First pitch today was at 12:57. They got up and moving. Here about an hour and 20 minutes into the ball game. There will be game 3, approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this ball game, but that's a few innings away. We're still here in the top half of the 5th. Brianna Pratt in the circle. She's already pitched 11 innings in this series, and we've seen her go longer. In fact, against Ohio University, the 21 innings that they played, she threw 16 innings. The payoff. Misses inside, and it's a leadoff walk for Toledo. And the one thing the Rockets have not done is go down easy. Miami looking to put a death blow in the 4-run 4th after Toledo inched closer. And we'll see a pinch hitter, or rather a pinch runner for Jenna Kroll. Erica Reed will be running for Kroll down there at first base.
A pinch runner for the Rockets, standing at first base now on the base paths is number 33, Erica Reed.
Erica Reed, a junior from Tennessee. Stolen has tried to steal 2 different bags this year, unsuccessful in both attempts. First pitch to Riley Moore, misses on the inside. Moore has walked in each of her first 2 trips to the plate. Has yet to come around and score. Grounded foul. Erica Reed, the sister of Aubrey Reed, who is waiting in the dugout to get back up to the plate as she's seeing the ball well. Had a home run just last inning. She'd love to come up to the plate with runners in scoring position. 2-1's the count as Pratt has walked the leadoff base runner and has fallen behind Riley Moore. 2-1, misses on the inside. And Dr. Canellis has shrunk that zone, and it hasn't been big all game. They've really had to work. Definitely has been hitter friendly. 3-1 the count. Fouled towards the parking lot over the first base dugout. Count is full. Pratt rocks, deals, and misses. And she has walked the two leadoff hitters for Toledo. So in the circle, Pratt will talk with the pitching coach here, Courtney Verstra, who just a season ago was taking the circle for the RedHawks. Pratt and Verstra, a lot of history together, leading this Miami team over the past few years. Verstra completed her playing career in the top 5 of 8 different pitching records. 84 career wins, 166 appearances, 109 starts, and over 1,000 strikeouts.
Pinch runner for the Rockets.
So another pinch runner for the Rockets.
Base is number 14, Grace O'Malley.
Grace O'Malley. This will be Grace O'Malley, the true freshman's 9th appearance on the season. She's from Brecksville, Ohio. Lauren Erickson steps into the batter's box. 2 on, nobody away here in the top half of the 5th. Pratt looking to dance out of a jam. Erickson aggressive at the plate. Fouls it. 0-1's the count to the starting left fielder. Seen 16 hits in this ball game. We saw just 7 yesterday. Toledo has done a good job at figuring out Brianna Pratt. Luckily, Miami has had greater success against Sophia Knight.
I don't know. Why me immediately? Yeah, I mean, I was just fascinated watching the game.
So another meeting between Coyne and Pratt. Pratt rocks, deals. In the dirt, Coyne does a good job at keeping it in front of herself. 1-1 to the left fielder. Erickson singled home run her last time and just over the outreach glove of Carly Spade. Out in left field, Maddie Banks fields it against the left field line, gets it in time to just leave the bases juiced for Macy Moore. 2 walks and a single have loaded the bases for the Toledo Rockets. And we'll see a pinch hitter.
For the Rockets, coming to the plate now, number 44, Madison Mikulski.
Madison Mikulski will get her 21st appearance on the season. The 278 hitter comes up hacking, coming up empty. She has 2 RBIs on the season, 5 hits and 18 at-bats. The junior from Canton, Michigan would love to clear the bases. 0-1's the count. Mikulski takes the 0-1. It's 1-1. Chloe Parks, the second baseman for Miami, playing in line with the baseline. Adriana Barlow playing deep in the 6-hole. So it looks like Parks might be coming home. Definitely the corners are. There is a force out at the plate. Each of the outfielders have taken a step in. Allie Cummins and Maddie Banks, the corner outfielders, taking a couple steps. Jenna Golembeski playing pretty much straight up as Mikulski fouls the 2-1 offering. Pratt with 1K on the day. Looking for strikeout number 2. Chopped out to Carly Spade. Play at the plate is in time. So they get the force out for the first. As Mikulski hits a 2-hopper to Carly Spade, who plays her position. And once again, Toledo threatening with the bases loaded, this time with 1 out, and stepping up to the plate, their hottest hitter, Aubrey Reed. Just an inning ago, left the yard.
Aubrey Reed.
So now Moore, Erickson, and Mikulski are on the base paths. Aubrey Reed coming into today had 0 RBIs. She, of course, got one her last trip. Looking to get a pair. Singled back in the second inning. Had her first home run of the season, her 4th of her career. In the top half of the 4th. Infield playing at double play depth with Reagan Bartholomew, the first baseman, playing in front of the bag. Wind still blowing. Shifting with every passing second, but consistently blowing out to right center field. 2-1 is sent sky high, and backtracking out to the left center field gap. Maddie Banks gloves it for the second out. The throw to third base will allow 1 runner to score. All 3 runners tag up and advance a base. It's 8-4 on the sacrifice fly, and Aubrey Reed just missing more runs on the ledger. So a nice play by Maddie Banks for the second out. And we'll see Aaliyah Mara. So Grace O'Malley, the pinch runner for Riley Moore, comes around and scores. Mikulski out at second base and Erickson at third. And Aaliyah Mara steps up. Way out in front of the first pitch from Brianna Pratt. It's 0-1. Mara pops it out into center field. Golembeski underneath it for the third and final out. Toledo scratches another across. It's 8-4 as it's stretch time out here in Oxford. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. You're watching Love and Honor Live.
No errors.
Bottom of the 5th here in Oxford. I'm Reed Mouse. You're watching Love and Honor Live on Chatterbox Sports. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Go ahead and look around the channel. See if there's something that you like. We're going to have at 6 p.m. today a live opening day preview from a couple of our very own, Trace Fowler, Nick Kirby, who produce Chatterbox Reds. Every game is a podcast, and two passionate Reds fans. So just a preview of opening day. We'll be down there at the Banks tomorrow. A live show from 10 to 12. Once again, in honor of one of Cincinnati's greatest traditions, opening day. Reagan Bartholomew out to center field. This has a chance. Goodbye. The true freshman makes it 9-4, and she's all smiles as she gives Coach Kumar a high five down the third base line. Miami gets back the run they surrendered in the top half of the inning. They're up 9-4. So what about that?
Next to bat, the shortstop.
The freshman gets the start and hits her first home run of her collegiate career. Adriana Barlow now steps up. She singled, came around, and scored back in the second inning. She then popped out to Aaliyah Mara her last time. And Sophia Knight has overthrown Reed behind the dish on consecutive pitches. 4 home runs in the ball game, 3 from Miami's side, 1 from Toledo. And it's a 4-pitch walk to the starting shortstop.
The left fielder, Maddie Banks.
And we'll see Maddie Banks. No talk out in the circle, but Toledo does have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Maddie Banks working on a 1-for-2. Single back in the second inning. She came around and scored on the home run from Allie Cummins. Popped out to the shortstop her last time around. She's first pitch swinging, and it's a flare bloop single out to center field.
That brings up number 2, Jenna Golombeski.
Jenna Golombeski steps up. Her 4th trip, she's 1 for 3. And we'll see a pinch runner out there at second base for Adriana Barlow.
For the RedHawks.
It's Logan Muller.
Stand at second base, number 11, Logan Muller.
So 9-4. Worth noting here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, there is an 8-run rule after 5. Jenna Golombeski does have the ability to leave the yard, as does Allie Cummins on deck. Which would be a pseudo walk-off home run if either one of them are able to do it. 2-0s, the counts to Golombeski. Wind still blowing out to right center field. Knight rocks, deals, and finds the strike zone to bring the count to 2-1. Golembeski and the driver's seat as Knight has just been missing. Here to bring the count to 3-1. Everything's working up and away from a right-handed batter. The 3-1. Golembeski way out in front as Knight was able to pull the string. Nobody away, 2 on. And the count is full to the starting center fielder from Woodstock, Illinois. Golembeski grounds one foul towards the on-deck circle. Allie Cummins flips it over to Aubrey Reed. Miami has scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and already 1 run here in the 5th, thanks to the solo shot from Reagan Bartholomew. Golembeski grounds it out to Jenna Kroll, who steps on third base. She loses the ball after she steps on third base, but she was in firm control of the ball as she stepped on, so it should be the first out. Coach Kumar going to talk to the third base umpire, Tony Greer. So it's 5 unassisted. Fielder's choice. Right call there from Tony Greer.
Number 23, Allie Cummins.
Maddie Banks is now on second. Golembeski on first, and Allie Cummins steps to the plate. Cummins 2 for 2. She's walked and come around and scored, and now you'll see Maddie Banks get tagged down in between second and third base. They will award her third base. And put runners on the corners. And now Brocamonte will go out there and talk to Greer. What looked and appeared to be the second out of the inning. Will now be a balk. Regardless, Allie Cummins, I don't know what's in her mind, but everyone in the ballpark is wondering if she can get her 3rd home run of the ball game. She left the yard back in the first and second inning. A solo shot in the first, 3-run shot in the second. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it wouldn't be the first time that she has had 3 home runs in a ball game this year. She did it against Purdue Fort Wayne last month. Though she is yet to have more than a 4 RBI game. That's currently what she's sitting on. 1-0 is the count to Allie Cummins. Upstairs and moving up to second is Golembeski, as they'll let her have it. So stolen base for Golembeski. 2-0 is the count to Cummins, and it misses in the dirt, as they might just be pitching around Cummins. She represents the game-concluding run. 3-0 skirts on up to home plate for ball 4. So the 4th time that Allie Cummins has reached a board.
The batter now, second baseman, Chloe Park.
And you'll see Chloe Park. She was able to plate 2 runs her last time as she trickled one through the infield for a 2-run single. Has reached a board twice, working on a 1 for 3. Reached back in the second inning on an error by Jenna Kroll, the third baseman. The count is 1-0 to Parks. 2-0's the count to Chloe Parks. Misses low and away, and Sophia Knight one pitch away from walking in a run, and now Jenna Kroll will take a step into the circle and talk to the starting pitcher. So Banks out at third, Golombeski at second, Cummins at first. Miami currently with a 5-run lead. If Allie Cummins comes around and scores, it will enact the 8-run rule after 5. So Toledo fighting to keep this game alive. 3-1's the count to Chloe Parks, the sophomore from Indianapolis. Way out in front of the 3-1 as Knight pulled the string.
All right, Chloe, make it count. Have a good eye on this.
Chloe Parks out to right field, down the right field line, rattles off against the wall. 1 run will score. Allie Cummins coming around third. She'll score. 12-4, Miami RedHawks win it. Chloe Parks with a bases clearing triple that was just mere feet away from being a grand slam. And Miami gets back in the win column, 12-4. Miami scores 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 2nd, 1 back in the 1st inning. And Chloe Parks, who moves up from the 9-hole to the 3, clears the bases and has 5 RBIs in the ball game. Allie Cummins leaves the yard twice. Brianna Pratt will get the win. Sophia Knight with the loss. The time of that game was 1 hour and 43 minutes. Be about a half hour until we get game 3, the rubber match between Toledo and Miami. You can watch that here on Love and Honor Live. But this is signing off here. Reed Mouse and my producer, Sean Spurlock. See you soon.